Now we are going to discuss the topic op-amp, and it is mentioned in the syllabus in module 3. So we are going to get started with module 3, and the first part of it is op-amp. So op-amp, what is op-amp? First we shall see, then its symbol, what are the constituents of op-amp, all those are seen after understanding what is op-amp. So here is the definition of op-amp. You are going to come across the various terminologies like gain, bandwidth, direct coupled, negative feedback. So first let me make you to understand what is gain. Gain is known to you. It is output by input. So we are going to have a high gain in op-amp. Op-amp is a high gain device. Means it is going to provide the output which is many-fold higher than the input. It gives output multiple of input. Output which is the out. It gives the output which is multiple of the input. Then it is a large bandwidth device. What is bandwidth? Bandwidth is the range of frequencies. The range of frequencies is wanted to be wider. It has to provide the high gain for all possible range of frequencies, from lowest possible frequency to highest possible frequency. So it is going to cover the least possible to maximum possible frequency. So it is going to have large bandwidth, and it is a direct coupled amplifier. In amplifier, one stage is not sufficient. We are going to couple so many amplifiers connected to each other. While connecting one amplifier to another amplifier, sometimes we use a capacitor, or we are going to couple the amplifier using various different components. But in case of op-amp, it is directly coupled. Output of one amplifier is directly coupled to the input of the other amplifier. So using multi-stage number of amplifiers, we are going to construct the op-amp. The next parameter is negative feedback amplifier. So what is negative feedback? Feedback is nothing but the portion of output is fed back to the input. While feeding the input, if it is in phase with the input, if it increases the input, then it is positive feedback. And if it is going to bring down the input, if it is out of phase to the input, it is negative feedback. So op-amp is going to use negative feedback concept, and positive feedback has got its own advantages. Similarly, negative feedbacks are useful in some of the applications. What op-amp is going to have is, it is going to have the negative feedback concept in its amplifier stage. So we can say how we have to define the op-amp is, op-amp is an electronic device having high gain, large bandwidth, direct coupled negative feedback amplifier, and it is basically designed to perform mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, integration, etc. The various simple math operations are being performed by op-amp. To perform such operation, it is being designed, and basically op-amp is an electronic device having high gain, large bandwidth, direct coupled negative feedback amplifier. So this should be the definition of yours when you are asked what is op-amp. Next we are going to move towards the schematic symbol of the op-amp. Op-amp is being put in the symbol as this triangle, and in this triangle we are going to have two input terminals. One input terminal is marked with a negative symbol and the other is positive symbol. So it has two inputs and one output terminal, and apart from that we are going to indicate positive power supply and negative power supply. Usually positive power supply is indicated as plus VCC and negative power supply is actually represented in some of the books as minus VEE, or sometimes minus VCC also could be represented. And among the two inputs which are marked with different polarities, the one having the positive marking is referred as non-inverting terminal. So V2 is the voltage fed to non-inverting terminal, non-inverting. And the other one is having the negative marking, it is referred as inverting terminal. Inverting terminal, that is the voltage V1 is fed to the inverting terminal. So what are these inverting and non-inverting terminals is whatever the voltage that is fed at non-inverting terminal, it is not going to come in the same phase at the output. Its phase is not altered when it is amplified and appears at the output. But the voltage V1 is applied to inverting terminal. So when it gets amplified at the V0, its phase is inverted. So if our waveform is positive going first and negative going next, here after amplification first negative going and then positive going. So phase reversal is going to happen with inverting terminal voltage. Non-inverting terminal phase reversal is not going to happen. The same is explained over here. So plus VCC and minus VEE, right here minus VEE are the DC power supply terminals. And here inside this A is indicated. This A is indicating the open loop voltage gain. And in the op-amp topic we are going to have one more, that is feedback gain. Then at that time we are going to indicate AF, means gain with feedback. So if just A is indicated, it is without feedback, it is open loop with no feedback, no feedback loop. It is the open loop voltage gain. If it is open loop voltage gain, it is just indicated as A. If it is the gain with feedback, then we are going to indicate it as AF. And usually this op-amp is meant for amplifying the difference between the two inputs. The two inputs right now here are V1 and V2. So first the difference between these two are taken, V1 minus V2. To this difference we are going to multiply it by A. So V0 is equal to A times V1 minus V2. Okay. So if at all we are going to have V0 equal to A into bracket V1 minus V2, then we are going to have this A referred as AD. Okay. AD means it is going to have the amplification of difference signal, difference of the input signal. AD is differential gain. If AD is marked, it is marked in the next slide. It is being referred as differential gain. See, it is AD. Okay, AD means it is going to perform, it is the gain when the inputs are taken as differences. Sometimes we are going to connect the same input to V1 and V2, common mode. So at that time what the gain is there, we are going to refer that as common mode gain. So when both V1 and V2 are same, then what the output should be? Output should be V1 A times V1 minus V2. A times V1 minus V2, and it should be 0. So we should reject, the rejection should happen when the same voltage is connected to V1 and V2. Let us see the same. So when we are going to study the op-amp, we are first listing its important parameters, op-amp parameters. So about 9 to 10 parameters are there. First is common mode rejection ratio. Common mode rejection ratio. Next is output offset voltage. Vout underscore off. Output voltage. V0 means output voltage. Then off indicates offset voltage. Output offset voltage. Okay. Next, we are going to see input offset voltage. Vi is input voltage. It's offset voltage. What is the parameter and how do we use it? And it is input offset voltage. Fourth parameter we are going to see. Next, we are going to see output resistance. Okay, then input resistance. Eighth parameter is SVRR, that is supply voltage rejection ratio. Ninth parameter is slew rate. Okay, apart from this, we are going to have the 10th parameter, gain bandwidth product. So all these are the things we are going to study in the op-amp parameters. The first parameter is common mode rejection ratio. It is nothing but the ratio of differential gain to common mode gain. It is ratio of two gains, AD by ACM. AD is differential gain, ACM is the common mode gain. So CMRR, common mode rejection ratio, is the ratio of differential gain to common mode gain. It is the ratio of two gains. AD is the gain when the two different signals are taken into two inputs are taken as difference, and common mode gain, it is going to appear when the same input is connected to both the input terminals, and we want to have the CMRR. This should be 0. This gain should be 0. Means CMRR should be high. It should reject this one. So this CMRR is an important parameter used in op-amp, and what is wanted is this CMRR should be a very high value. Then we refer that op-amp as a better op-amp. We are going to have the better performance of op-amp if CMRR is high. And this CMRR, its typical value is in terms of 100 dB, and when it is to be expressed as dB, we are going to just put by the side of this magnitude, if we take the magnitude of this ratio, if you put 20 log behind, it becomes CMRR in dB. CMRR in dB is nothing but take the magnitude of this ratio, and behind that put 20 log. CMRR in dB is equal to 20 log the magnitude of AD by ACM. So what is wanted? CMRR should be as high as possible. Only then the op-amp will give the better performance. This is all about the first op-amp parameter. The first op-amp parameter is common mode rejection ratio, CMRR. It is the ratio of AD to ACM. It is the ratio of differential gain to common mode gain. It can be expressed in dB also. If at all you want to express in dB, take the magnitude of this ratio, to that multiply by 20 log. And the typical value of CMRR is 100 dBs, around 100 dBs. Next, we are going to see the parameter output offset voltage. Just concentrate. It is the actual value of the output voltage when inputs of op-amp are 0. If both the inputs, if we set it to 0, then what actually wanted? We ideally say that output should be 0. But there is some output voltage available practically, and that practically seen output voltage when both the inputs of the op-amp are 0, that is referred as output offset voltage. And manufacturers of the op-amps do not generally specify the value of output offset voltage, because it is not the manufacturer's parameter. It depends on the user. It depends on closed loop gain, and user in the design is by using the various external components. When he utilizes this op-amp for any of his application, when he makes the design of this op-amp, then depending on that we are going to have the output offset voltage. So this parameter cannot be stated or specified by the manufacturer. Okay, you have understood what is output offset voltage, it is the practical value of the output voltage, actual value of the output voltage when both the inputs of